The word worst next to the word Jordan is something that already is making us feel uncomfortable. But since the Air Jordan line is almost 34 years old and has already 33 models, you can imagine that among the countless colorways, we can certainly find some that are not so nice. Most of the times we're not talking about the originals, which are safe from criticism due to hype, but about the retros, or even some PEs, where there was enough space for experiments. And you know what happens with experiments, right? Sometimes they fail. I'm Steph from 99 Sneakers, and today we're going through the history of Air Jordans to pick the worst version of each model in the line. Remember, it's all just personal opinion. These shoes are not bad, they are just worse than the other colorways that have been released. And that's the true meaning of worst, so hold your knives and remember with us some really awkward moments of sneaker history. Let's start this countdown by the most recent Jordans. The original white metallic gold black colorway is the least interesting. Okay, it might sound like a blasphemy sometimes to name the original one the worst colorway, but as we clarified earlier, we are here to show you the worst, which means all the others are better. And I guess they are. So many colorways, so many successes, but this one didn't really speak to me at all. The 32 Low Jade, released in April 2018, represents the mineral jade and its connection to China. Not interested at all. Plenty of other options to give my money to. Released in 2017, the 31 Low Camp has a woven upper paired with a leather heel counter. The military thin sneaker, which boasts an army green upper, a classic gum bottom, and contrasting red peeking through on the dynamic flywell support cables, is the weakest of all the colorways released. The Air Jordan 30 University Blue pair features a combination of white and sky blue. The overall aesthetic mirrors Mike's alma mater, UNC, more than it does Marquette University, for which it was supposed to be released. The colors don't really match with the tank at all, and that is the off factor on the shoes. Not a bad shoe, but definitely not a great colorway. Featuring a similar wavy pattern that we saw on a bread installment, the brand's obsession with that retro teal color continued, while light green spark served as a base in a flashy gradient. Too much is too much, don't you agree? Oh, the Air Jordan 28 SE, probably the most exuberant of all the Bel Air collection releases. Did I say probably? Let me rephrase that. Among the multicolor models, this one stands out like a fly on a glass of milk, and you get the point, right? The most customizable performance sneaker of its time, the Air Jordan 2012 featured a total of 6 different combinations of cushioning and support. But as far as colorways go, it could have probably gone better. It might be OG, but the team red colorway made me uncomfortable watching it, as a piece of red cloth would make uncomfortable a nice and young bull. Not much to like over there. Up to the next one, please. Thank God it's not 2010 anymore. One of my least favorite models, the big hole shoe as I like to call it, had such an ugly design that no colorway could really save the day. For the purposes of the video, let's say that the worst is the white, black and varsity red. The era is the same and the lack of creativity is also there. A model to forget, the Air Jordan 2009 or 24 as some people would refer to, was not good, and this white and blue colorway didn't do much to help it. We want to pay respect to 23 because after all it has his earnest number, but with such colorways we can't do much. The high contrast embroidered pattern of Michael Jordan's initials is probably the big turn-off. No. This should never have been released. Enough said. Once again, varsity red ain't my thing. Sorry. A colorway that makes the design look even more divided than it is. Not flattering in any way, according to my standards anyway. I'm pretty sure that if I was wearing them, they would look gigantic on my feet. You see, all this white area makes me feel weird. Certainly not fun. Don't judge me for this one, I like it, I really do. It's just that I don't feel it as much as the other available colorways. You need a contrast for this shoe, and the total black look doesn't flatter the design. Looks like the 2009 model to me, or maybe the other way around. Certainly not a hit as a shoe, and the white midnight navy is a matching failure. There are people out there who like the 15s. I don't. But nevertheless, we're not talking about the shoe, only about its colorways. And this total grey one? No. Ferrari is a car, and Jordan is a shoe. And that's about it. No red colorway and a Ferrari-like logo should be together, unless it's a Ferrari branded shoe and not a Jordan one. The black and chutney low? No, that's not even an option. I'm truly sorry, Tinker. I'm well aware of it being an OG, but no. So many nice colorways, but this mellow is definitely not my favorite. Decent shoe though. As you can tell, we are heading to the golden era. It's an 11, guys. It's not supposed to have a float colorway, but if you dig deep enough, I think you can find a retro one with not much interest. And it's not that it's bad, it's mainly because it's low and far from the OGs. I don't like the OG color. There, I said it. It's not disgusting, it's just too simple, too plain, and I wouldn't really know what to do with them if I had them. Anyone with an extra pair? Who needs a hiking boot? I don't. One of the three OGs, the black true red version of Jordan 8, is not bad, but it's still not enough for his earners. Remember, in 1993, when it was released, MJ is getting his third consecutive ring. If I ever give my 7s to my 5-year-old son and tell him to do whatever he wants with them, I believe the shoes will look like that after a couple of hours. Not really satisfied. That's a tough choice. No bad colorways here, but I have to choose one, and I'll go with Black Metallic Gold Summit White 2018 retro release. Sorry guys, I know some of you love this one. Sail Racer Blue, Cone Black? Not inspired. Too many better colorways than this one. Easy choice. I had to do this, friends. We are talking about the Force here. Nothing bad to say. No objection on the design or the colorways, no trash talking on anything. These are dope in each and every color. Black and clear colorway is the weakest link of all. In a model so iconic as the 3s, it's so blunt that it can easily be forgotten from the list of Jordan 3s. It's not a really beautiful shoe by any means, but this 2017 Arctic Orange colorway doesn't give any justice to the design. Maybe it's too girly for my taste, maybe it's just uninteresting. Like the Force, I am refusing to say anything bad about the ones. Except maybe this. The problem with the ones is not the bad colorways, it's the abundance of colorways. Only in 2018 I count 24 new ones. I don't know how they manage their logistics, but I say I can't keep track of them all, And this is the most frustrating thing. And that's the worst part concerning the ones. Now that we avoided all the curses from sneaker gods by protecting the ones and the fours, we want to hear from you. Which is the least favorite colorway of yours? For how many of our picks would you agree with us? Leave us a comment below. Liking the video and subscribing to our channel would mean the world. Thanks for viewing.